Yo, what is happening, you ranch guzzling route? So today, I'm showing off a deck that I've actually been playing around with for quite a while now, a couple formats, and it's been a ton of fun. And I actually was going to show it to you guys a couple formats ago, but I kind of forgot to. So I'm showing it to you guys here today. It's the Radiant Heatran deck. Radiant Heatran, Radiant Pokemon, obviously. It's got the Raging Blast attack, and this is actually the only attacker in the deck. And it is a Radiant Pokemon, so we only have one of them, but we do play 4 Ordinary Rods, so we can use it at least 5 times. Usually we only use it 3 or 4. Because, yeah, it's just hard to set it up, 5 times. That's pretty difficult. But Raging Blast is its attack for fire, double colorless. It does 70 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So it's the only attacker in the deck. Like I said, we use it 3 or 4 times, but we need to get it set up, and I'll go over that real fast. So we got this card in here, Old Cemetery. It is a stadium card. Whenever any player attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their Pokemon or non-psychic Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So our attachment for turn will put 2 damage counters on it, and our attachment for turn is always going to be a fire energy because we do play 4 Gardenia's Vigor in here. Draw 2 cards. If you drew any cards in this way, attach up to 2 grass energy cards from your hand to one of your benched Pokemon. So because Gardenia's Vigor attaches the energy from the hand, where we can activate Old Cemetery for those energy as well. So our attachment for turn plus Gardenia's Vigor's 2 attachments gets up to 6 damage counters on our Radiant Heatran, allowing it to hit for 420 damage, basically one-hit KOing anything that is relevant in the current standard meta with ease. It's like not even close. Nothing is even close to 420 HP. So basically, if you set it up to attack, you obliterate anything in the format, and you can do it, like I said, up to 5 times. That's not really realistic. So we're usually doing it 3 or 4 to close out games. Now the engine of the deck, we got the Eldegoss in here to get the energy out of our deck into our hand. In the early game, we just get out of the deck. In the later game, we have to Ordinary Rod it back into the deck and then get out of the deck with the Eldegoss. And then we have to find the Gardenia's Vigor, and we do that through using Cincino. We got a 4/4 Cincino line here. And for the early game setup, we got the Snorlax, got the Manaphy in here to protect us from the Greninja, and we're really aggressive on the Pokemon search. 4 Battle VIP Pass, 4 Quick Ball, 4 Level Ball, 2 Heavy Ball, because if you prize your Radiant Heatran, you can't win because you don't have any of their attackers. So 2 Heavy Ball in here to make sure we can find our Radiant Heatran. Also really good and important to set up a lot of Cincinos, so the Heavy Balls really help for that as well. And then a couple Great Balls here. These are specifically good because at the end of the game, we need to be able to constantly find our Heatrans, and if we're out of Quick Balls, we'll have a pretty low deck towards the end of the game. We can use Great Ball to basically guarantee recover the Radiant Heatran after we've Ordinary Rod it back to the deck pretty consistently. So 2 Great Balls in here for that. And then in the early game, got 4 Marnie in here. The first 2 to 3 turns of the game, can use the Marnie to just help us see more cards, maybe disrupt our opponent a little bit so they don't have as powerful of turns, and set up our Cincinos and get built up to the point where we can start to chain the Radiant Heatran attacks. Like I said, this deck I've been working on for quite a while. Meant to show it to you guys sooner. I think this deck is a ton of fun. It's like one of my favorite decks to play in the standard format right now. If you guys want to get this deck list or any of the other deck lists that I post here over here on the YouTube channel, so you can quickly and easily import them into PTCG or PTCG Live, go over to PokemonCard.io. Link in the description will take you right over to my page where all the deck lists that I upload over there will be over there, and you can quickly and easily export them and import them into PTCGO and start playing with them. Start playing with them yourself. So check it out, PokemonCard.io. Let's get into a game, and I'll show you guys how this deck works. If you want to catch some more gameplay from me with this deck, check out the secondary YouTube channel, AzulGG2. Link in the description for that as well. Let's get into it. All right, here we go. With the coin flip, we will go first and look for that turn 1 Snorlax. This hand is not good. This hand is so bad. This actually might be one of the worst hands I've actually had with this deck. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab a Mincino and then pass, I think. Yeah, triple Vigor in the opening hand going first. Not great. I would gladly trade any of these away for a Marnie. That would be sick. I have a Marnie right here, to be honest. That'd be super sick to get a Marnie, but not gonna happen. It looks like no Marnies for me. Settling for the Gardenia's Vigor, which is a little bit slow. It looks like my opponent might be having a little bit of a slow start themselves, which could lead to us getting a comeback, making some kind of comeback here. We'll see. And also losing my Heatran off the rip here would be pretty bad as well. So there's a lot of things that are not going great, but hopefully plenty of time to recover the ball as well. Okay, so yeah, maybe no turn 1 attachment here, which could lead to my opponent whiffing that turn 2 attack with the Arcus, setting them behind a turn. They also got rid of a Stadium here, which is great for us. One less Stadium for us to worry about. Bumping our Stadiums out of play might lead to me being a little bit more aggressive with our Stadium count. I didn't count my Stadiums on that first search there, but on my next pass through, if there's 4 in the deck, I think I'm going to be more aggressive with them for sure. All right. Draw into this Encino. I think I'm going to get rid of the energy here. Can't really afford to get rid of Gardenia's Vigor. Hoping for a Marnie, to be honest. All right. Pass. Or slow start, but like I said, my opponent, if they can't pull off a turn 2 Trinity Nova here, not too aggressive of a start from them as well. Trade slow start for slow start here. The Drizzile is online. That's not a Melanie or a Research coming off that Shady Dealings. I'm feeling pretty good. And if it is, oh no, even if it is a Research, as long as it's not a Melanie, I guess Melanie or Evolution Incense. That's what I'd be scared of, to be honest. That's a Research though, so I'm feeling pretty good. And they could even with the, unlikely, but they could still with the attachment from here as well. Pretty unlikely though. I don't think they're going to with the attachment this turn. But if they did, I mean, I'll take it. We could use one more extra turn with this slow start of our own. Take advantage of that while we can, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, no, they got the attachment. All right. All right. So, yeah, we really need a Marnie here. We need a Marnie, not just a Marnie. We need some basic Pokemon as well. So, we need a Marnie into some basics. Man, if he's coming down, that's a little weird. But I'm sure they probably don't know exactly what I'm playing. So, better safe than sorry situation kind of going on, I bet. All right. Gossifleur to the hand. Got that. Got a level ball. We got another Mincino, which is good. Still no Marnie. 3 of them are in the deck. We did prize 1. We do have 4 stadiums in there. Peaked that this time around. Maybe they won't KO my Heatran here. We can maybe make something happen, but our Heatran looks like a pretty good target to me. And then maybe Marnie me as well. But to be honest, though, I've been looking for Marnie. So if my opponent wants to Marnie me here, I would not mind that at all. But we'll see where these Shady Dealings go. A boss knockout, of course, from my opponent would also be fairly solid. And if I don't find a Marnie next turn to try and recover from that, we could be in big trouble. So yeah, they could have that for themselves as well, which would be pretty bad for us. Evolution Instance and Scoop Up Net. Okay, that doesn't tell us too much yet about their plan for turn. We know they're gonna get the Arceus V-Star, and of course the Starbirth can get them the DTE and any other card. Of course, Scoop Net onto the Drizzile will probably find them their supporter for turn, whether it be boss or Marnie. Now, there's a boss in the discard pile, and some Arceus lists only play 1 boss. We could be hoping for that. It's not the way most people play it, and in my opinion, not very good, but, you know, we can always hope that maybe my opponent's playing, you know, a list with just 1 boss, or maybe 1's prized. Maybe the boss is prized. They can't quite get the Scoop Up or the Pal Pad play off, or don't want to, and maybe they'll settle for a Marnie here. Please, settle for a Marnie here, I beg you. I could use some help. Need these Vigors to go back to the deck. Need to see some other stuff more so than anything, to be honest. I just need to see some other stuff. So here we go. The dealings are in. And let's see what they decide to go with as far as the supporter choice. We could get really lucky as well. It is a boss. Okay, unfortunate. But they do have 2 boss in the discard pile now. So Pal Pad is only out to more boss. So maybe if they prize the Pal Pad, we'll be safe on the next turn. They went after my Snorlax as well. Which, to be honest, for this current setup, I'm kind of digging that choice from my opponent. Okay, the Pal Pad's already online. 2 boss back to the deck. But they did boss up this turn, boss up the target that I'm actually comfortable with them bossing. And actually, we're just a stadium and an energy away from actually knocking out this Arceus V-Star and kind of being right where we want to be. And immediately using Starbirth. They're getting aggressive here. I wonder what they're going to grab off Starbirth. I wonder why they use Starbirth so aggressively. I'm super curious to see what if they actually play out either of these cards that they just grabbed, because that's like really weird to me. That's a Drizzile with the Shady Dealings. Maybe they play quick shooting so they can set up some kind of like triple quick shooting play on my Mincinos or something. I could see that being a play that my opponent goes for because of this more aggressive choice to use the Starbirth, because they could have like done this Drizzile loop through this Drizzile. They didn't need to actually Starbirth. They grabbed a quick ball, it looks like. Maybe they're gonna net their Manaphy and then get something else in play, but that could also just be for next turn. I don't say it is, yeah. If I KO this Arceus this turn, they got the one for next turn as well. Okay, makes sense to me. All right, I'm gonna send up the Gossifleur. Will be my air balloon target. Preferred on the Gossifleur to the Cincinos. I think the Cincinos are a little bit more higher priority for what I want to try and keep around. All right, the draw is not an energy. It's a good make do target. So we need to draw into an energy. Either type, doesn't matter. And a stadium. That's the stadium. Need an energy, though. Grass or fire, and we can get the knockout this turn. There's the fire. Okay, things are coming together just a bit here. Cotton Lift, double grass energy. We did prize 2 grass. Hey, looking good, though. Looking good. Stadium out. Air Balloon. Oh, I should do this first. Did not get another Mincino, which would have been nice. That's fine. We'll have to settle for what we get. Air Balloon to the active. And KO. Okay, good start, but we need some good follow-up as well. Good start ain't going to be enough. Quick Ball is good. We need something like Ordinary Rod to recover the Heatran. And even then, we'd have to hope our stadium sticks. So, to be honest, I'm not going to be too surprised if we whiff a KO this turn onto the Arceus. All right, Inteleon's back down. Like I said, I was thinking maybe Quick Shooting would be on the way, and it still could. Quick Shooting could still be coming through for my opponent, possibly. Wouldn't be surprised if it was. Yeah, they could definitely still have a Quick Shooting option coming in. We'll see, though. There's another Arceus V-Star. Arceus is up plenty. And I'm sure we're just going to see another Trinity Nova. I guess Marnie makes a lot of sense here, to be honest. They did recover the bosses with the Palpad, but yeah, my opponent using Marnie here does make a lot of sense because I got a pretty big hand. I think they know what I'm about at this point. I don't know if they knew quite before what I was about, but they probably know at this point what I'm about. And yeah, 7-card hand could make it a 4-card hand and maybe even a Stadium to replace mine to make it a little bit harder for me to do anything extra. But no, they're going for the Raihan. So this will lead to that Inteleon being able to attack, which does mess up our prize trade. If we just had to KO 3 Arceus, that'd just be 3 attacks. But if we have to go like KO Arceus, KO Arceus, KO Inteleon, KO Arceus, that's 4 attacks. So an extra Heatran has to be set up, which makes things a little bit more difficult. For sure. Definitely makes things a little bit more difficult, but definitely still doable. There's the Melody. I haven't seen a Stadium from them yet. That's good to see. They do have the Raihan, and there's the Collapse. But the Collapse coming out early before we have a full bench of Pokemon that we have to discard one of is nice. I will say that. I've had plenty of times up against this deck where I've had to discard an extra Pokemon. They're not done with the dealings either. They are still going in. I wonder if they're going to have any options next turn. They have a Scoop Up, at least one Scoop Up Net left for sure. Yeah, but they just keep going. They're never done with the dealings. Another Shady Dealings, Charon's Care plus Boss. So just options for next turn. Maybe they have a Scoop Up Net in hand. Feels weird to go get those right now. They do have the Scoop Up Net in hand, but they still didn't need to. I think they didn't need to Shady Dealings that turn. That felt a little bit weird. A weird choice to go with Shady Dealings that turn. Definitely would be loving a Marnie this turn if we're not able to get off the full attack, which I don't think we'll be able to. It's pretty unlikely we'll be able to attack this turn. A Marnie would set us up probably pretty nicely. Also, maybe find me another old cemetery to replace this Collapse Stadium with. Get some more Cincinnos in play. Maybe another Gossifleur. I definitely want to try and get another Gossifleur in play to kind of play around my opponent being able to like chase my lone Eldegoss. Potentially after we use a Marnie. But so far, the opening pretty slow. Another Vigor in the hand, which is something we do not like to see. And then I think we're going to go ahead and make do the Scoop Up Net here. Now, if we do get an Ordinary Rod, we could pull off. Whoa, okay. We are able to pull off an attack. I did not expect to. I'm not going to lie. I did not expect to be able to attack again this turn. But it's going to happen. Do both. Once again, now I'm not going to get the Gossifleur. Now I don't want the Gossifleur. Those two. Back to the deck. Quick Ball away the Great Ball. Grab the Radiant Heatran. Cotton Lift for 2. Oh, could I have Cotton Lifted last turn, actually, at the beginning of this turn? I think I could have, actually. I think I messed that up. In my head, I was like, I think I pulled the grass off the prize card is what I did. I just didn't really realize it. Okay, both grass down. We got both Mincinos, which is also great. That's actually a huge deal because in this matchup, now that we've bumped that Collapse Stadium, that probably is the last of their bench disruption. They might play an Avery, which would really suck, but maybe they don't and will be just fine. So I have a fire and a grass in the deck. I believe. No, I think I do have a fire and the grass in the deck. 2 grass here. So maybe I do not have energy. I thought I had some energy prize. Maybe I just don't have any energy prize. And I thought I did, but I don't think I do. I don't think I do have any energy prize. We do need to recover some energy. Here comes the Shady Dealings. We are down to 2 prize cards. That means Roxanne is online. My opponent did send up the Arceus V, though, which is pretty peculiar. Maybe they're actually going to go with Roxanne plus attack with Arceus V-Star. It definitely seemed like they were leaning towards Raihan to the Aqua Bullet and then go in with the Aqua Bullet. But now it definitely seems like, oh, that's an Avery. No, not like this. That is so unfortunate. I hate Avery so much. It makes this deck so much tougher to operate turn to turn. But our hand's pretty good. Got the Rod. Got the Gardenias. We're going to go have 2 Mincinos here. Definitely want to keep around the Pivot with the Air Balloon. Plus, I mean, Eldegoss gets our energy, so we got to kind of keep that around. So it is possible we pull off the knockout this turn. If not, we can try and settle a little bit for just kind of recovering. They are going with the Raihan, though. Can they move their active Arceus V? What is going on here? They're going with the Raihan, but now they need to move the Arceus V. There's the V-Star. Well, maybe they're attacking with... Well, if they attack with Arceus V, then I'm feeling good. Another shady deal. They just stay dealing all the dealings they can possibly deal every single turn, it feels like. They max deal. They don't short deal. They max out the deal. Another Collapse Stadium. That's unexpected. And super bad for us. Let me add that as well. It's unexpected and pretty bad for us. So I assume they got the DTE off the Raihan. So they are committing to the Arceus V-Star this turn, which is good for us, though. Well, maybe. Actually, I don't know. They're still playing cards. Yeah, they might be. They might not be. I have no clue. Okay, more Arceus back. I'm assuming they're going to recover some energy as well. Once again, a Marnie this turn is pretty good because their deals are pretty much maxed out. No Sobbles. 2 Inteleon in place. So they probably don't play a third Shady Dealings Inteleon. But with how much dealings they like to deal, I wouldn't be that surprised, to be honest, if they whipped out a third Inteleon, Shady Dealing Inteleon, because they definitely seem like they like to deal to the max, for sure. They stay, like I said, they stay dealing. Okay, they are committing to the Arceus, though. This is our opportunity to close this one out. We have 2 stadiums left in the deck, and that's going to be the big cards to try and find here, and hopefully get the win this turn. If not, like I said, using Marnie this turn actually doesn't seem too bad. They've committed a ton to their board, and don't have a ton of options. If I was to Marnie them, like all their good stuff's in their hand, and then I Marnie them and they don't have Shady Dealings options. Sounds good to me. Roxanne is still an option, I guess, but whatever. Do both. Get back the Heatran, and I'll get back a Mincino as well. Like, I would like to set up that 4th Mincino potentially. Double Grass, because we do have a Fire in the deck. And we'll start to make do. Is going to start with a make do on a Heavy Ball, and then we'll make do a Marnie. No, we'll make do the Battle VIP Pass. Not looking good so far. Couple dues to be made, though. Okay, we have it out to the Heatran. We have the energy, but we don't have it all yet, so I don't want to commit to going with one thing over another until we see it all, and we see we don't have it all at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and quick ball away a Marnie. I'm going to get that last Mincino. I'm going to check the deck real fast. Our Scoop Up Net is prized. We have an Air Balloon in the hand. Okay. Mincino down, and then we'll go ahead and play the Marnie. Go and play the Marnie, disrupt my opponent's hand. If we get a Stadium, I think I will play it. We did get a Stadium, and I could like run to Manaphy for the turn, which I think I will do. No matter what, if my opponent takes a knockout, we'll be in an okay spot. Gonna go with these 2 out of or off of the Cotton Lift. I feel pretty comfortable about throwing the Stadium in play. I think I'm gonna go for it, and then bench Manaphy and run to Manaphy, like I said. And then pass over to my opponent. If we have to, like if my opponent wants to sit there and not take a knockout for a turn, we could start using Energy Assist. So we do have that as an option if my opponent's like, well, you know what, I'm not going to knock out anything right now. And I'd be like, well, okay, we can go with the Energy Assist then. All right, so we do possibly still have to KO 2 things on my opponent's side of the side. We do possibly still have to KO 2 more knockouts, unless they leave the Arceus in the active this turn, but they should probably retreat and use the Aqua Bullet. They're pretty much, like I said, they're pretty gassed on resources. No dealings, no shady dealings to be dealt. We have plenty of ordinary rods left as well. So looking good, looking good. They got the Aqua Bullet here, but like their boss should be on the bottom of the deck. No dealings to go find it, so they have to commit to the Manaphy KO, and they do. All right, Manaphy goes down. Look, we have 2 Gardenia's Vigor left, and we're gonna need both. We're gonna need both, so we gotta find one this turn. The Cotton Lift here. They don't have the energy of 2 Grass energy. I'll play the Level Ball because that will guaranteed grab. We're gonna like thin out the deck fully here because guaranteed grab this, and I will attempt the Great Ball to find the Snorlax. Did get the whiff. That is unfortunate. And then we'll start by thinning out the Eldegoss for the Gardenia. I could quick ball away. I start to run out of resources though at that point, or cards in hand. Like I think I gotta hold. Now I could quick ball away the Level Ball, but I do need ways to find. This is actually my last one. We need to find a Gardenia's Vigor off of this. How much quick ball do I have left? Not a ton. I have the level ball as well that I could discard. All right, so we need Gardenia's Vigor this turn. This is it. If we whiff here, we lose. Gardenia's Vigor. Hey, there we go. All right, Heatran down, Gardenia's Vigor. 2 grass to the Heatran. Fire energy as well. Treat and Raging Blast. We go down to 1 prize card left. We need a lot here. Got that last Encino, and I could have like played the level ball or even attached the air balloon, but they might play Tool Scrapper. Maybe just haven't found it yet. Maybe they got off the prize cards. I want to keep my only pivot option around left, and then I could have played the level ball, but it is like a dead card, and we do need some dead cards in this situation to make sure we have enough cards to make do with, or if they Roxanne us, we need to draw into some kind of dead cards to make do with. So we definitely want to keep some of these dead cards around to potentially make do with on the next turn. If we need to, my opponent here had 1 card in hand that we don't know about. They don't have it. I think we got this one in the bag. Not yet, actually. We do need the Gardenia. We do need the Gardenia. But I actually know. I think we do have this one guaranteed here. So I'm going to set up the Eldegoss here. We're going to draw for turn. It'll be Marnie. Get rid of the level ball. Guaranteed hit the Gardenia. Now we do have to draw. Oh, but we do have the other rod. Okay, so we're going to go here and do this. We're going to do both. I'm going to recover Heatran and Snorlax, sure. And then I need to get a grass and a fire energy here. Perfect. And then we can use the Cotton Lift to get the grass and the fire. And then we can use the Quick Ball, get rid of the Marnie. Get rid of the Marnie. And if we needed to, we could have Ordinary Rotted again, but we do have the Snorlax in here, which will make up the last card in our deck. So we throw the Heatran down. Got the Stadium Play, Gardenia's Vigor to the Heatran, and we'll deck out on this last turn to get this last KO on the Arceus. 4 Heatran attacks later, and we have secured the dub over Arceus and Teleon. And that's going to do it for the gameplay with the Radiant Heatran deck. Like I said, I love this deck. It's just a ton of fun. It's not the next best deck in format, but it doesn't need to be to enjoy playing the Pokemon TCG. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give a like, enjoy the content, be sure to subscribe. If you want to catch out some more gameplay from me with this deck, check out the secondary YouTube channel, AzulGG 2. I'll catch y'all in the next one.